question 4, we have a company called the Tipper Corporation, and we want to find the expected value, standard deviation, and the probability distribution of this random variable x. X is the profit earned by that company. So remember, to write the probability distribution, all we need is a table of our variable x, and I'll write a reminder to myself. X is the profit of this company in millions of dollars. The other column in our table should be the probability that they earned that much in profit. So we're given that there's a 0.17 probability that the company will lose 1.2 million. Losing 1.2 million is the same thing as a negative profit of 1.2 million. So I'll fill in that row of the table. There's a 0.21 probability that they'll lose $0.7 million. And there's a 0.37 probability that they'll make a profit of 0.9. And last, there is a 0.25 probability that they'll make a profit of $2.3 million. Oops, wrong column. Okay, that's our probability distribution. Next, for part B, we want to find the mean and standard deviation of that random variable profit. So first, let's do the mean. Now, when we ask for the mean of a random variable, that's the same thing as the expected value. Remember, our formula for expected value is the sum over all the values of x, that value of x, times the probability it takes that value. So we can use our probability distribution from part A to answer this. So this is equal to negative 1.2 times 0.17 plus negative 0.7 plus, times 0.21 plus 0.9 times 0.37 plus 2.3 times 0.25. Plug that into your calculator, and you should get that the expected value, or the mean, is 0.557. The interpretation of that is the expected profit of the Tipper Corporation next year is $0.56 million. So we expect them to gain about $560,000. Not bad. All right, next we want to find the standard deviation of their profit next year. Now, first I'm going to find the variance. Remember that the variance of a random variable is simply the sum of x squared times the probability of x minus the mean squared. That mean we'll call mu. Remember that we calculated the mean in part B, so we know that the mean is 0.557. So now we just need to calculate this first part right here. To help me out a little bit here, I'm going to add another column to my table in part A. I'm going to call that column x squared. So I need to find 1.2 squared, which is 1.44. Negative 0.7 squared is positive 0.49. 0.9 squared is 0.81. And 2.3 squared is 5.2. 5.29. So now I can just plug in. So I get my sum, I expand that, and that becomes 1.44 times the corresponding probability plus 0.49 times the corresponding probability plus 0.81 times 0.37 plus 5.29 times 0.25 minus 0.557 squared. If you work that out, that'll work out to be 1.9699 minus 0.557 squared. Let's plug that in. And see what we get. And that should work out to be 1.659. Well, let's round that just to 3 places. That should give us 1.660. Remember that that's our variance. So lastly, to find the standard deviation, that's just the square root of the variance. So it's the square root of 1.660. Let's plug that in and see what we get. That should be approximately 1.288. And that's our final answer for the standard deviation of x.